we are live. So, all right. So, I got a couple of hours here. 2 hours to be exact. And well, yeah, we are in the middle of doing a bunch of changes to the editor, implementing assets manager, resource manager, so that we can have more easily implementation of more like multiple editors and stuff, and have like a common place where we get all the resources. Like a scene depends on other entities, for example, then you can easily get those animations, and timemaps requires textures, so that they can request those, and it will all be managed with these systems. So it's been a while, so I have to look a little bit where we left off here. Let's start this so I can get some bearings here. If it's able to start, that is. Yes, it is. Okay, yeah. So that's right. We did implement a way to add new things. Oh yeah, and it does look for... So if I save a new file, it's gonna... Yeah, so this is like the new file. So if I open, close and open, it's there. If I do a... yeah, that's right. We also started on the project, so now we have like project is basically just a folder with all the stuff in it, and we can see that we have the test. Well, now we're in the project test, which is in the project test folder, and we have our test time map in the folder. So, and when we load up all the files in the folder, so now we can see that as well. And yeah, I was working a little bit on the styling and stuff on these items. I also wanted to make them like selectable and delete and stuff, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna handle all that with like the command line for now, but I do want to add so that we can open up an editor now. So let's say I like double click or select this, and somehow it will open up the editor so that we can see that the editor behind the assets manager here. So yeah, I think we'll do that. So let's go to assets manager. Right. And we should have the new asset. Here is the selectable. So I guess if we have an if here, it will check to see if we actually select this guy. Do we have other flags that we can do? Double click. So I would like double click to like make it so that you open it. But I'm not sure if this will trigger here, or it says allow double click. So how do we see if it's actually double clicked? Is mouse double clicked, I guess. How? Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do. We'll just log here. Selectable returns true. Double click. This will be this mouse double clicked, and then the mouse button will be the left one. So we'll try that. let's go down here so I can see. Right, so it was not double clicked. Okay, there we go. So we have so if we're in there and we double click, we get the true. If you saw that here, like first click was double click false, other click was true. So if we're in here, we have sort of, we're in the click. But if we are checking also then for is mouse double clicked left, then now we can actually launch the editor here. So that's really good. Now, what do we want to do here? Well, we want to go on the context and we basically want to open up this file somehow. So I think I'll just add a convenience function to do that from the context. So I think we'll do just open editor. And what do we actually open here? So I think maybe the file name. What do we have? We have the node. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be the path. So wait. So it's gonna be, well, it's going to be a file. I guess we can switch. Let's do a switch here. And we'll do, let's also move this over here so that we don't nest too much here. Okay, now we want to switch on node. Yeah, on node, and we get a file here. And if we have a file, then we want to open an editor on it. Maybe even have a generic open file, because the file could be a something that's not supposed to be open in the editor. It might be like an image, and then I might open it in another program, like GIMP, for example. So let's do just a generic open file, and then in here it's gonna be file path. Actually, maybe it can even, I can pass in node, because yeah, we do have, I guess we could do open file node so that it takes the thing there. Okay, and then directory, we don't really do anything right now. We might, I mean, this could actually, we could just set the current directory here. It would actually be pretty easy to do that, because I think we already have functionality for it. So we don't have a way of creating the directory, but that's easy enough as well. So do we have current project here? No. But we should get it. Current project context. So we'll just force it here, because yeah, we're forcing it here, so it should exist. Right, so now we can do that. I think it also would be nice just to have like the library available like this. A little bit nicer, a little bit more terse there. And here we'll do assets library. And I think we can just set current directory. To be, could probably do that in from the context, like have a convenience function in the context also, current directory, and the directory will be the the path here. Yeah. And then now we need these two functions, so just 1 second, I have some food in the oven, so I'll be right back. Right, back. Right, so what did we want here? We need open file node. And this is gonna be the file, which is node.file. Yeah, just a return void there. And the other function was set current directory. And path. I guess this needs to be like this. Okay. Now, yeah, so now this one we just set. I mean, I guess we could now. Let's just assume that we have this. And yeah, we'll set current directory here. We'll do self allocator with the path. Alright, and then so that's it. So now we can actually set the directory. We could just add a way to add directories as well. We could also just add a directory in the command line and we'll just test it out. And then we also want to add a way to like go back. So we don't want to have go back from the root, but yeah, it's gonna be a weird little like file explorer thing. Okay, so now we have this one, open file node. So I'm thinking that we're gonna switch on. We don't have node. Where is that? Is it? Oh, it's just here. Okay. So we'll switch on the type. I think. Yeah. Oh, but I don't get any help from this because it's like a generated type almost. But this is gonna have like tile map, scene, and all of that stuff. But I think also I'm gonna have files in here that are not necessarily one of these. So the thing is then what will this become here? So I might add sort of, let's test if we can just add a texture, and I will add that here as a content thing. Alright, they are their own things here. This is gonna be, and I forgot to set my timer also. There we go. Alright, 1 second here. Okay, so how do we want to represent? So it's basically we want to be able to represent all different sort of tiles, or I mean files, and well, we might just continue this pattern, I guess. So we have these different things. So let's just add a texture directory and documents here. Texture documents. Alright. So we need these things. It's like an interface, so we basically need all of the things that we have here. Actually, maybe it's better to go to the time map document, because I believe this is more. Maybe we didn't actually need that. Maybe this is all we need actually. Okay. Document generic. Oh yeah, so we persistent data, non-persistent data. This is text document. I might do. I mean, we kind of want to have data associated with the document, because we want to load in the document that's going to become a raylib texture that we can then use, and then other documents can request this path, and they will be able to look at, they will be able to get that document, the texture out of the document as well. So so that should be good. So this should be all we need for this thing. The file filter is basically, I mean, I'm just gonna use PNG for now. It has to be without the dot there. Alright. Now we do need like persistent data and non-persistent data as well. 1 second, I'm just gonna check on the food. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just check a little bit how we did it here. I think I'll just go here. We have persistent data, non-persistent data. It's basically... I wonder what the interface was for this. I don't remember exactly what we needed here. I think we do need clone. Yeah, okay, so this looks like sort of the minimum in terms of what functions we need. So I'll just add persistent data here. And I think I will update sort of a template so it's easier to add these, because we're gonna need a lot of different like documents. Yeah, and so this would be persistent data. So I'll just name this like texture persistent data just to have it be differentiated sort of. We could add the texture like this, texture 2D. So we keep the Raylib thing in here. We could do that. We don't have these. And we will return a texture persistent data. I'll just set this to undefined for now. I won't implement this fully here yet. Alright, and I guess, well, for cloning, we can't really clone. You can't really load the thing in. I'll just set this as null. We can't really serialize the texture anyway. So, okay, yeah, because this is not persistent data. That's true. Right, so we don't really have persistent data with textures, I guess. Maybe like height, like size. I don't know. Let's just not have anything in here, I guess. Okay, we'll just do this to have like the bare minimum. Okay. So I'll just import that. Okay, now we need non-persistent data. So we'll go there and non-persistent data. Now here's a bit more stuff. And I believe load is mandatory. We'll do these things. I think that's what we need there. Non-persistent data. And let's see, we need allocator. Whoops. We need, so here we can actually store the Raylib texture. And what we'll do is we will say this is undefined, or maybe even null, to signify that it has not been loaded. Now, when we deinitialize, we probably want to unload the texture. Unload texture. And we get the texture out here. And we'll set this to null. Alright. Now for load, we can actually, we don't need persistent data. For load, we can say texture equals load texture path. I guess we need a path, or we can even have a file node. I guess the persistent data is the path itself. I mean, this is sort of... We should have the path available anyway here. 1 second, I just have to check the food again. Soon to be done here. And yeah, I got about 1.5 hours left here. Okay. Yeah, we should have the path name because all documents should have like a path. So but I guess it's kind of stored somewhere else, maybe. Yeah, see, this is the content. We should actually just pass this thing to sort of the load function, I think. Yeah, definitely. So wait, this one looks weird. We should definitely pass more stuff in here. I thought that we did that. This is a document, and then it's gonna switch on the document. Wait, this... we're probably not even calling this, that's the issue. So this is gonna be content, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And then we are going to have... we have serialized, deserialized here. Do we have load called in here? Yes, we do. Okay. So here we actually have load called. So I want to actually also pass the path here. So we need to get it also somehow. So let's just pass that along, and we will also grab the path here, and let's just use zero terminated since basically all paths are gonna be that. Okay, now in all of these we need to actually add path now as well. Okay, so now we can use that like this. All right, and this needs to be a semicolon over here. The allocator is not used, so we can just get rid of that. This one, oh yeah, we need persistent data. Let's also call this like texture, non-persistent data. Okay. Now, right, so this one, here we're calling deserialize. We also need here we need to pass the path. So let's insert this here as well. And do we have the path here? I think we do. File path. There we go. Yeah, and now we can also texture document. Need to add this down here. Texture. Okay. Right. Still need to fix this one. We need to import this. And what's going on over here? So this one we don't use. Basically don't have anything in here. All right, I'll just do this. And yeah, I'll just do scene, time map, and what else do we have? Animation. Let's do inline, or yeah, I'll just do whatever there. And then the other one was texture. Now this one we actually do want to sort of be able to open. Well, maybe not right now actually. So, but now we have a way of opening different things, and we have the texture as well. I'm just gonna check out the food again. Alright, just gonna wait about maybe 10 minutes for the food to calm down. Okay. Right. So what we're looking for is the time map. So I forgot if we had any way of actually opening up stuff here. So we do have the sort of editor list. No, not that one. Here we have the get current editor. So current editor, this one is actually, we're not, so we don't really, I don't think we really have a way of opening, maybe. Play, initialize, get current editor. Okay, yeah. What is play doing with this one though? It's looking for that and saving the file. Okay, okay. Right. So, yeah, we need to be able to open an editor. So we actually need to create a new function for that. Open editor. And we do want to change the context now, so let's grab that. And I think we can just, well, we need a path and the document type for that. So that's what I'm kind of thinking here, is that we can just say self open editor for the path and pass it along there. And for texture, we don't really do anything right now, but we can add in the future, sort of opening the texture in GIMP or something. Okay, we need to grab document tag. And right. So now, first off, we want to create a new editor or grab the one that already exists. So let's check if something exists. So we have the open editors. This one is actually a hash map, so we can use something here. I think fetch put. What did that do? So in search, returning the previous one. No, that's not what we want. We want to get or put, I guess. So if key exists, this function cannot fail. Okay, great. If there is an existing item with key, then the result entry pointer points to it, and found existing is true. Otherwise, puts a new item with undefined value. All right. I guess that's fine. We can use that. So let's do allocator. The key is going to be the path. I'm just going to assume that this is absolute now. So this is going to be the entry here. Now the result of this is, well, it can error. So what is the error? Get or put result. Wait. I guess it's an out of memory maybe. So let's just catch unreachable on that. Now we want to check if we found an existing. We can, well, actually, if we didn't find an existing, we want to populate this with a new editor. And we can initialize, we can do open file. Yeah. So let's do open file. File name is going to be the path. Okay. And then, right. So the idea is here, we look for an entry. If it doesn't exist, we populate it. If it does exist, we don't populate it. Either way, we get down here, and in this state, at this point, we know that we have an editor. So what we'll do is we want to set the current editor to be this editor, and we also want to, well, yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah, we want to set the current editor to be this one. Actually, is this a pointer? Oh, it's just it's an index. Okay. Yes, we also have the index. I guess what happens if it didn't find an existing? I guess it will put the index. Yeah. So we know the index either way. Okay. Yeah. So that's gonna be the current editor. Now, what will we do with the old one? Do we want to like Yeah, because I was thinking like we could we have a scenario in where you want to open an editor where you already have another editor open. So do we want to save that file, or yeah, let's not worry about that for now. We can actually test this now and see how this behaves. And we do get some errors here. Unused function parameter. Interesting. Oh, so this one doesn't actually need the document type because we're inferring it from the path. Okay. Cool. So let's get rid of that. So we don't actually need. Well, we want to have the document type. And this one. Oh, so what is the error here? We have open. So there's like an open error. Okay. And that's it, I think. So I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll use the error dialog, I think, error message. So show error. So if there is an error here, we want to show that error. Oops. And could not open editor with file, and this is going to be the path, and then the error. Okay, so what will happen here? We want to get rid of this entry now, so we do actually, we want to do remove, or let's do swap remove because we added it at the end, I guess. And this is going to be path. Alright, so we clean up after ourselves and then we return. Okay. What else do we have? Error union is ignored. Set current directory, right? I guess we'll do the same thing here. So we'll catch the error. We will show the error with our thing there. Could not set current directory. Oops. Path error. Return, I guess. It doesn't matter. Alright, now we have all these which must handle, you know, things. So, oh yeah, actually we did a file filter is defined here now. So texture will define as PNG, and dot texture will define as dot PNG. Label texture. I guess image is maybe a more correct term here, but right, member, yeah, wait, one. Oh yeah, so we need to add path to all the load functions now. Wait, where? So let's go to documents, non-persistent data. And we go down to load and we get the path here. And we'll do the same thing for time app. Which so persistent data. Oh, animation as well. What's this? Bow. Okay. Let's try and run this now. Oh. And let's open this. Oh, it crashed. Well, something happened. I'm just gonna grab some food. Be right back. Okay, so we still got some. Oh yeah, we had a crash. Now let's see. Reach unreachable code. Alright. So it asserted an absolute path. So we passed. Oh yeah. So these paths. Oh, so the node paths are not absolute. So let's. Oh yeah, we're in the context now. So when we open the file, so do we have two absolute paths? We do have that. Oh, we need to allocate it. Let's see. I forgot about how this worked. We get a path in and we allocate a new path. Right. The old path is untouched. So let's do here. So I'm not sure if we actually need to keep that around. Let's see. Yeah, we're just using it to open the file here. This thing is duplicated anyway here. And then it's just used as a key in the editors. So we can create a path out of here that we can throw away. So we'll do two absolute paths like this. The directory is target directory. So this, right. I think it's gonna be the root directory like this. So that because the file paths are always gonna be relative to the root directory. So we'll just do this. We'll grab the path and this is file.path. All right. No errors there. Okay, and then we defer free, oops, absolute path. Okay, so now we can use absolute path here instead. There we go. Okay. Now nothing's happening. Interesting. Okay, I'm not sure if we actually, whoops. Okay, crashed when I quit now. Invalid free, interesting. So it looks like it did some stuff with the timer. So that's good. So we did open up, I'm not sure. Let's go to layout. I'm not sure if we actually do anything with the, oh yeah, because we didn't, okay, yeah. We're not actually doing these things now. So let's start with the tile map, I guess, since that's the one we have. Let's start by, oh yeah, that's the whole thing, right? So we still have this left to do. Once we actually have a project open and we have, well, so this is not going to be mode. We are going to need, I guess we want to have also like a generic or like a menu for the current project as well, like open project, new project and stuff like that. But for now I'm just gonna look at the editor. So we're gonna look at the get current editor. And now we can switch on editor. How do we do it up here? I think we just, yeah, we have draw editor. And this is, oh, this is the menu, right? Okay, you know what? Let's actually, I want to have the same pattern as we have over here. I just want to go in here, yeah, see? Now we're looking at the document here. But what we want to do is we want to enable this one. But now we're going to get a whole bunch of compiler errors. Because in here we're not really we haven't adapted this to the new things yet. And we don't have a time map. Well, we do have a time map. We have the... Oh, it just wants the document. So it's gonna be the editor document. Wait, but it wants the time map document, right? Oh yeah, so this is the... Wait, isn't this the time map document? Oh, it needs to be like this. Okay. Wait, why does it need to be immutable? Right, and now we get these weird things. So, right, because now this is in the non-persistent data. Wait, where was that? I guess we could probably make these things into like convenience functions. Now we're gonna get all these errors. I think whenever we encounter this, we want to make this into a convenience function. So let's do get current tool. And this. So it's just unknowable to the tool. Okay, I'll just do this for now. This one returns document, non-persistent data, current tool. Right, so I'll just do this and then we'll copy that. Now we need the tool. Alright, so now here we can, oh, wait, where was it? Oh yeah, so here we can say get current tool. There we go. What else? Focus on... No, wait. There we go. Focus on active layer. Oh yeah, because now this is in the editor instead. Where is that call from? Let's call from here. So we could get the editor as well, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I guess this would be the current editor, so we don't really need it though, but at the same time, yeah, that's just... Oh, we don't use lib here. And the editor. Okay, and we'll pass it here. And here. Now, where was the error? Here, that's right. So we're gonna do editor and I guess document. Oh. Time map. Document. Non-persistent data. Focus on. Okay. So here again, we probably want to have a convenience function for that. Also, this doesn't exist, so do we get the... We could also get the time map document here. Time map document. Not sure why everything is a pointer, but I'll just keep that there. So we don't really need the editor then. And we probably want to put the document in here instead. So now this is the document. Document. And then here, this will be the here, document. There. But I want to add a convenience function for that, so we'll do whatever it was called. Focus on active layer. So get focus on active layer. Probably should be an if layer there somewhere, or an is. Okay, yeah. Return active layer. Okay, we'll go back here and get focus on active layer. Right. And then still kind of the same thing here. Wait. Oh, this is the persist. No, it's not. It's not persistent, right? Active layer. Oh, is that persistent? Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. Right. The tile size. So here we will need more stuff as well. I mean, really, these tools are actually, they are very specific to tile maps, so I'm just gonna add a tile map document right here. Oh, we don't use video as well. Vector. Documents. Tile map. Layer. Select box. I don't think that one is right. That one is a little bit special. Context we have here. Rectangle. Is that? No, we don't have that. Okay. So a little bit crazy stuff going on here. Draw layer. No. Okay, there we go. Have to look into how to do that later, like properly organize the stuff later. Right.
There we go. Now we can use this guy to get the tile size. Get tile size. Vector. Now this is, I think, the persistent data, right? Tile map, tile size. Yeah. So now we can say get tile size. Alright. Right. So now we can remove this. Time map. Right, so you want the time map document now instead, which we can just pass along like this. And we probably don't even need to pass the time map now because we can use get time map. Like this. Member function expected 2 arguments, found 1. Right, so you need the document. Alright. What else is new? Draw layer wants the document. This one we can say, wait, we can use two tablets. Oh no, this is a different. Right, okay. Wait, this one is just used in here, so we don't really need the context. We need the. Oh wait, we do need the context here, but we need the document as well. So I'll just pass that along here. It doesn't need to be mutable, but I'll not change that right now. Document. There we go. Okay. So now maybe this can work. Ah, there we go. We got something there. Now I haven't enabled the controls for the camera and stuff, so we'll have to do that as well. Okay, but at least it works. Now we also have to look into that crash as well. Right, so let's go ahead and I think, yeah, the drawing should work now for let's skip over the menu. Let's do this one first. Right, so we have the draw editor. We should also get the editor menu. We'll not do that yet, and then we also do handle input, which is, yeah, just let's just do editor handle input. So we grab the context, we will add the editor, and that's it. Alright, and then we switch on editor, document, content. And if it's a tile map, we want to do, well, actually now in here we want to basically copy this part. Wait, layout, no, editor, input. handle editor. No, editor handle input. There we go. Okay. Right. So let's disable this for now, and we only focus on the time map. Okay. And here we do editor handle input context editor. There we go. Oh, also we do want to grab the editor as well. So we probably just want to do this. Well, actually, we let's do it like this for now. I know it looks horrible, but we are gonna have some maybe stuff for the project later. What the hell? Let's do this. Okay, there we go. We can always change it later, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so now it goes in here. It complains. So let's add this for now. Okay, so it's probably gonna complain somewhere in here, like this one, current tool. This one. Yeah, let's grab the document here. And now we can say time document get current tool instead. There we go. We are also need to pass this along here. Right. Now we're gonna get errors. We're gonna error here. Handle shortcuts. Right. I'm just gonna finish fixing these ones because I believe, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of errors in here. Oh man, start generic action. That's gonna be part of the timeout document. I think. Yeah, that's part of the non-persistent data. No? Or is it persistent data maybe? Okay, no. Maybe it's in here. Start action and action start generic. Okay, so we can just use it on the document. So I'll just pass in the timeout document here. And that should handle a couple of things. Alright, now we'll call that on this one instead. And here we can call document get timeout. Document and generic action. Start and document get timeout. Okay. What do you need? A type and oh yeah, allocator. And you also, I guess, need allocator. Okay, anything else in this function? No? Cool. Highlight covered cell. Let's start with this one. Yeah. So that's the last one of these. Timeout document. Timeout. Oh, and here we have a whole bunch of these. So let's make a macro. I'm gonna look for context. We're gonna say time at document instead. We're gonna look for the thing. Oops, I don't think I can do that. Let's do this instead. And then this is gonna have context allocator. There we go. Oops. Alright. There we go. And anything else? Right. So let's grab the timeout document here. Tile size. So we do have the tile size. Get tile size. There we go. What else? Pass that in there. Oops. This one is out of bounds. We could just add a convenience function for that document. Is out of bounds. And we need a position or a point, and we can call this a pointer. We'll return, is it persistent data tile map is out of bounds points. I guess, yeah, okay. Grid position is better. Position. Okay. Time map. So yeah, we need to pass in this in a whole bunch of places now. That's fine, I guess. I mean, this one is like, if we don't have the timeout document up, it's kind of assuming that we have a timeout document. If we need to change it and share the functionality later, we can always change it around a little bit. I just want to make this work right now. Save file timeout. So, right, let's handle these things now. So, the save thing, yeah, the shortcuts, we're probably, yeah, so we're in here. So we know that we are in the timeout document thing. So we probably want to get the editor in this case. So let's pass that in, because I do believe I added a bunch of file saving stuff to the editors. So save file, yes. But the thing is then that it returns an error. If something goes wrong here, then we probably want to use like the context instead, because that can then we can use the context, the error message box we get from the context. So we actually want to do that. I wish there was a way. Maybe there's a way, but let's say you have catch And then you have like a handle error function, so you pass in the function which will get the error. That will be kind of cool. But no, let's I mean, we can kind of do it like this. If you handle error, you have to pass it in manually like that, so you can do it like this. But I think what I want to do, let's do it like this. Let's do save editor file, and we have self, and we put an editor in here, and we'll do what we want to do. So we'll do editor save file. If there is an error, we want to catch it, and we'll want to do self show error could not save file, and then this will be, I guess, the path, document file path, and then the error. Alright. So yeah. So now we can say context save file edit, and we pass in the editor that we want to use for that operation. Oops. Alright. Now for the other ones, the open doesn't really make sense anymore, so I'm just gonna delete that one, because we're not doing things like that. And new is also doesn't make sense anymore, so I will just delete those, since we're handling that via the assets manager. And here we're checking for redo, undo, redo, which I guess would be, this is like only for time app, it's the only one that has this implemented. So I think we want to do if, I'm just gonna do an if here, if the content is equal to, can we do this as well? Does that work? No, you have to unwrap it. If it's a time map, then we'll do, whoops, editor, document, content, time map, redo, context allocator. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing here. I know it looks really bad, but I'm just gonna put it here for now and have it work, because undo redo, we really want to have undo redo for everything, but we only have it for time apps right now. Oh, and this is also the same thing here. Just another way to redo. Wait, this is, oh yeah, this is redo. F is the focus one, so yeah, okay, fine, we'll have it. Oops. Actually, no, let's just remove this. This not used anyway by me. Context set tool. So this is also for time app. Well, I guess shortcuts. I guess this could be different for different types of document, like different types of editors. But I'm just gonna do the same thing here and say time app and set, well, we're gonna have a convenience function for this now, so Do we actually have this anywhere? Oh, we have it in here. So I'll just copy this, go to time map documents, put it down here, and we'll call self set tool type. Okay, and we'll go back, and now we can, yeah, now we can do this. Okay, and same thing here. This is select. Okay, so the shortcuts are done. Cool. Oh, right, now we have a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's start with this one, I guess. Oh, that was easy. This one, right, so we actually don't use this allocator anymore, so we can just say context allocator now. It's just a super weird hassle to have to deal with different allocators in the way that I did it there. Now we just have one allocator. Okay, so okay, a lot of errors disappeared there, so that's good. This one wants the editor, so let's just pass that in. Okay, now we get some other stuff. Error unions ignored. Do you have an error? Try handle shortcuts. Wait, why is there like a try here? Oh, this one. Wait, this isn't even a try. Okay, let's fix these. I'm not sure if I actually added that in. We don't need to have try here. Okay, there we go. Right, these ones now need time and documents. Oops. What? Okay, I think I can just say like this. Just tab it, and it will fill out the name of the argument. Whoa, okay, now we get some into the weeds here. Right, we always have a file path, so actually we don't actually need all these. We can just do save file to, I guess we can just use save file to anyway. Because it's nice if we could keep this though, but I think we don't really need to. Yeah, because yeah, we don't actually need this file dialog anymore for saving files. We might need it later, but yeah, then I could just re-implement this small piece of code. So yeah, I'll just do this. There we go. All right. What else? Wait, save the... Oh, this doesn't even need... okay. Input tile map size. Right, so this one is now residing in non-persistent data. Alright, start action. What's the thing here? Oh. We'll do that. And cover this. Wait. Oh yeah, so it needs allocator. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of errors that disappeared, so that's nice. Here we actually need the time of documents, but we don't have it, so we need to pass that in. I'm pretty sure we should have it somewhere. Get time map. Alright. Now where is this? On use end. Right. This one is just that. Document. And same thing here. Whoops. A lot of these things. Time document. Time document. We don't even have that. Oh, this is also like an old file. The brush tool, one of the first files that we made. So let's modernize it here a little bit. Context. Put that on top. Select box is the only one we don't have. And we need time map documents. There we go. Paint. You need time map documents. And you need time map documents. And then we really don't need time map like that. We can get it from time map document like this. Okay, back here, you should be done. Wait, what's happening? Oh, we'll do this, and this one needs time map document, right? Is that it? Don't you need that? No? Okay. Is that it? No, of course not. Delete. Right. Document. Source layer. So this is gonna be time document dot get. Should really have like get active layer directly on here, but whatever. And there. It's gonna be interesting to see if the allocator situation has improved or if it's gonna just crash and burn everything here. One second. Alright, so I'll fix a couple more. We'll get this running and then I have to go here. So this one is alright. And then you also need time documents. And then you need to pass that in there. Oh. Paint. Okay. Only error left is like a non-existent thing. Now let's get this running. Okay, there we go. Oops. Let's try and open this up. Okay, here we go. All right, we got this thing working. Let's do one thing before we finish up here. Let's copy over one of the files that we have here. So let's do forced entrance to projects. All right, we'll copy that file in, and now this is available here. And we open that up, and nothing happens. Great. Okay, no logs or anything. Okay, well, we made a bunch of progress anyway, so I would say, whoops. Yeah, this works. However, we still need to get back to where we are. I'm not gonna put this down here, but just have to remember that to next time. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this time. So thanks for anyone tuning in, and yeah, hope you have a nice day. See you later. Bye bye.